And hello to anyone else who may be watching this. It's Raph, and welcome to Torah Tuesday. I've been praying a lot more lately than I have in the past. With all that's going on in the world, I can feel completely overwhelmed and helpless. Prayer is important, but I get distracted. I even fall asleep sometimes as my mind races. Conversation with God, it really has this ability to take the focus and attention off of ourselves and our circumstances and put them back onto God. But thoughts and prayers don't seem like a good enough response in times like these that we currently live in. It got me thinking about today's word, KAVANAH. This is a rabbinical concept around prayer. In Jewish tradition, you are required to do 100 blessings during the day. But how can one do that many prayers and have true intention? In most Christian traditions, we don't have such a requirement. But Paul does say to the Thessalonian church that we are to never stop praying. And that's a lot of praying. In Jewish prayer life, there is kev and kavanah. Kev is the structure of the prayer. Prayers of thanks, prayers of petition, prayers of thanksgiving or lament. Kavanah is the intention or the awareness behind the structure. It's not good enough to just say the words, but you also must be ready to act on them in whatever way the prayer is meant to be. It sounds a lot like Jesus' brother James, who said faith by itself is dead and useless. It's not enough to know the right things about God in prayer, but we also must be ready to act on them. We spoke about a specific prayer, the Shema, in a previous video, and that's a very important prayer in Jewish life. For Christians, we have the Lord's Prayer, or the Our Father. Anthony did a great job explaining this prayer on one of the Sundays that we filmed during the pandemic, and you should go and try to check it out. It's really good. There are certain structures, or kev, to both prayers, and that they are very important in that they take the focus off of us and onto God and His goodness. But it can't simply stop there. Both prayers also require action and intention. And we can only say that we love God if we act. As I've been praying recently, I've been using more of the structured prayers like the Shema and the Lord's Prayer to help me focus. As someone with ADD, it is super helpful to have structure. I need to be more aware and intentional in my mind that God is in every conversation, every step, every breath, everything. And because that is the case, I can see how I am to then act in the world. It has brought more passion to my prayers, to my worship, to my study, just in my normal family life. Do you have trouble with prayer? It's hard to pray when it feels like the world is burning. But I believe that if we apply KAVANAH to our lives and we intentionally focus on God in all that we do, we will have a greater awareness of God's presence and of God's desire to work through us in every moment. Grace and peace, family. And I hope that as we KAVANAH together, we will know how to act as God would want us to, as an expression of His love for the world. And I hope to see you next week for Torah Tuesday.